Consistency is not about perfection. It's not about having everything figured out, and it's not about showing the world how strong you are. It's about choosing you every single day. When you decide to stay consistent for yourself, you unlock a power that most people never discover. You begin to realize that success is not built in a moment. It's built in the daily decisions you make when nobody is watching. Consistency builds discipline, and discipline shapes your future in ways you may not fully understand today. When you decide to commit to something and stick with it, you are planting seeds that will grow into results later, even if you can't see the progress right away. Most people quit because they don't get instant gratification, but real change is not instant. It's built through steady, repeated actions that slowly transform you from the inside out. Discipline doesn't appear overnight. It is earned through moments when you push yourself to follow through, especially when you don't feel like it. Every time you choose consistency over excuses, you strengthen that inner muscle that holds you together during life's toughest moments. There will be days when you wake up without motivation, days when nothing goes right, and days when you question your entire journey. In those moments, consistency is what carries you forward. It doesn't ask you to be perfect. It simply asks you to show up. When you keep showing up, you begin to realize that discipline is not about forcing yourself. It's about becoming someone who follows through because your goals mean something to you. Over time, discipline becomes a part of your identity, something you rely on rather than something you fight against. The future you dream about is directly connected to the choices you make today. Every small, consistent action pushes you closer to that future. Whether it's improving your skills, taking care of your health, learning something new, or working on your mindset, consistency turns these actions into habits. And once they become habits, they shape the direction of your life automatically. The things that once felt difficult begin to feel natural because you've trained yourself through discipline. There is incredible power in knowing that your future is in your hands, not in your circumstances, not in other people's opinions, but in your willingness to stay committed. When you choose consistency again and again, you redefine what is possible for you. You stop being controlled by emotions or temporary setbacks and start being guided by purpose. Discipline gives you the ability to stay focused when distractions try to pull you away. It allows you to stay steady when the world feels chaotic. It helps you keep your eyes on your goals even when obstacles appear one after another. Your future will not be shaped by one big moment of inspiration. It will be shaped by the small choices you make every day. The world might not see your early mornings, your late nights, or your quiet sacrifices, but they will eventually see the results. The discipline you build through consistency becomes the foundation of your success. It becomes the strength that keeps you pursuing your dreams long after motivation fades. So keep going. Keep doing the work even when it's hard. Keep showing up for yourself day after day. Because consistency builds discipline, and that discipline is what creates the future you've always imagined. Showing up even on difficult days creates long-term strength and character because it forces you to grow in ways comfort never can. Anyone can be motivated when life is easy, but true growth happens when things feel heavy, when your mind is tired, and when your heart feels uncertain. Those are the moments that test what you're made of. When you push through those days, when you still choose to take even one small step forward, you are building resilience. Resilience is not something you're born with. It's something you develop through repeated experiences of not giving up. Every time you show up despite the challenges, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than the excuses your mind creates. Life will always bring hard days. There will be seasons when everything seems to fall apart at the same time. Your plans, your confidence, your stability, your hope. There will be mornings when you don't want to get out of bed, because the weight of life feels overwhelming. But choosing to show up anyway, even if you move slowly, even if you're scared, becomes the very thing that transforms your character. You begin to see that strength is not measured by how fast you move, but by your willingness to keep going. Those difficult days are not punishments. They are opportunities to build the kind of inner foundation that cannot be shaken. It's easy to underestimate the power of simply showing up. You might think your effort is small, insignificant, or invisible, but these are the moments that matter the most. Consistency during hard times strengthens your mindset. It teaches you to rely on your discipline instead of your emotions. You stop depending on perfect conditions and start relying on your commitment. Even when progress feels slow or invisible, you are laying bricks that will eventually become the structure of your future. You also learn who you truly are during these tough days. You discover your limits, and then you learn that those limits are stretchable. You realize that you can endure more than you thought, achieve more than you believed, and push further than you imagined. Hard days reveal the strength you didn't know you had. They teach you patience, courage, humility, and persistence. They shape your character in ways that comfort never could. Comfort maintains you, but struggle builds you. Showing up on difficult days also breaks the habit of quitting. When you teach yourself that challenges are not signals to stop, you retrain your brain to see obstacles as part of the process, not the end of it. Over time, this mindset becomes one of your greatest advantages. It keeps you steady in storms, confident in uncertainty, and strong in the face of fear. One day, you will look back at the hardest days of your life and realize they were the very things that shaped your strength. Not the easy days, not the smooth seasons, but the moments when you forced yourself to show up anyway. These moments quietly carved wisdom, resilience, and character into you. And that character will carry you forward for the rest of your life. Small daily actions compound into major life, changing results because every little choice you make contributes to a larger picture that slowly shapes your destiny. People often think success comes from one big moment, one big opportunity, or one big breakthrough. But in reality, the most powerful transformations happen quietly, through repeated habits and simple routines that stack up over time. A single action might seem insignificant, but when it's repeated consistently, it becomes momentum. Momentum becomes progress, and progress becomes transformation. You don't need giant leaps. You need steady steps. Every day, you make hundreds of small decisions. What time you wake up, how you speak to yourself, whether you choose discipline or excuses, whether you invest in your growth or waste your time. None of these decisions seem life-changing in the moment, but they gradually build the life you end up living. A person who takes one small step every day will achieve more than someone who waits for the perfect moment to take a big step. Because big moments rarely come, but small actions happen daily, and it's daily actions that determine your direction. Think about how water shapes stone, not through force, but through repetition. Small drops, falling day after day, create a change that seems impossible at first. Your life works the same way. A little effort, applied consistently, becomes powerful. Reading for 10 minutes a day builds knowledge. Exercising for 15 minutes a day builds strength. Saving a small amount regularly builds financial stability. Speaking kindly to yourself each morning builds confidence. All these tiny actions accumulate until one day you look at your life and realize everything has changed. The beauty of small actions is that they remove pressure. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to do everything at once. You don't need extraordinary talent or resources. You just need the willingness to start, right where you are, with what you have. and keep going. Small actions create habits, and habits create automatic behavior. Once something becomes a habit, it stops feeling hard. It becomes part of who you are. And when positive actions become part of your identity, you grow without even noticing it. Another powerful thing about small actions is that they build confidence. Every time you complete something, no matter how small, you prove to yourself that you are capable. That sense of capability grows each time you follow through. Confidence is not something you wait to feel. It is something you build through repeated victories, even tiny ones. Those victories fuel your belief in yourself, and belief is what pushes you toward bigger challenges and bigger dreams. One day, you will look back and realize that the life you achieved came from the countless small steps you took when nobody saw you, when nobody applauded you, when nobody believed in you yet. The quiet moments, the small habits, the daily actions, they were shaping your future long before the results were visible. You created your success one choice at a time. That is the true power of small actions. They may look tiny, but their impact is massive when you give them time and consistency. Staying consistent for yourself empowers you to rise above doubt, fear, and obstacles because it teaches you that your strength comes from within, not from the approval or expectations of others. When you commit to your own growth, your own goals, and your own path, you stop relying on external motivation and begin to rely on self-belief. That shift creates a powerful inner foundation that cannot be shaken by temporary emotions or outside opinions. Doubt loses its voice when you learn to trust yourself. Fear loses its grip when you show yourself that you can move forward even when you're scared. And obstacles lose their power when you prove, through consistency, that you can keep going no matter what stands in your way. Life will always present challenges. People may misunderstand you, question your decisions, or doubt your potential. Circumstances may shift suddenly and push you into situations you weren't prepared for. Fear may whisper that you're not enough, not ready, or not capable. But when you stay consistent for yourself, you stop depending on perfect conditions. You start relying on your inner determination. That determination becomes your armor, protecting you from negativity, uncertainty, and discouragement. You begin to realize that the biggest battles are not around you, they are inside you, and each day that you show up for yourself, you win another piece of that internal battle. There is a deep sense of power that comes from knowing you didn't quit. Even when everything in you wanted to stop, you kept moving. That builds a level of confidence no one can take away from you. Consistency becomes proof that you are stronger than your excuses, stronger than your fears, and stronger than the obstacles in front of you. It reminds you that you're capable of creating change in your life, even if the world doesn't see it yet. That quiet, steady progress becomes the foundation of your courage. Staying consistent for yourself also helps you rise above comparison. You stop worrying about what others are doing, achieving, or becoming. Instead, you focus on your own journey, your own growth, your own improvement. This shifts your energy away from insecurity and towards self-mastery. You begin to understand that everyone moves at their own pace, and the only person you need to be better than is the person you were yesterday. When you value your own path, you stop being threatened by the success of others. Instead, you become inspired by it, motivated by it, and focused on reaching your own potential. And most importantly, staying consistent for yourself teaches you that you are worthy of the life you are trying to build. You learn that you deserve progress, you deserve growth, and you deserve the results that come from your hard work. Every step you take, even the small ones, reinforces the belief that you are capable of becoming the person you aspire to be. That belief is powerful. It fuels discipline, strengthens courage, and makes you unstoppable. Rising above doubt, fear, and obstacles doesn't happen in one moment. It happens one day at a time, one choice at a time, one act of cons in the end. Staying consistent for yourself is the most powerful gift you can ever give your future. It's the quiet commitment that shapes your character, strengthens your mindset, and builds the foundation for every dream you carry inside you. Consistency teaches you to trust your own effort, to believe in your own growth, and to rise above every challenge with courage. It reminds you that success is not about speed, applause, or perfection. It's about showing up day after day, even when it's hard. When you choose yourself with steady determination, you transform your life from the inside out. Keep going, keep believing, and keep choosing consistency, because your future self is waiting to thank you for the strength you're building today. Instancy at a time. And as you continue to choose yourself, you become someone who can face anything, overcome anything, and achieve anything you set your heart on.